Taken with a Grain of Salt, a collection of short stories by Jason Salthouse. The Noon Bell. He looked like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but he wore red high-top Converse. His feet looked like a size 13 at the age of 16 years old, so everyone at school called him Ronald McDonald. He had a classic black leather motorcycle jacket slung over his lanky, bony shoulders, only partially covering a faded Metallica Ride the Lightning t-shirt. Radical was the first word that came to mind. There was another one like me. It didn't take long for us to talk Metallica songs and Cliff Burton back and forth for hours. One of his prized possessions at one time was a Master of Puppets t-shirt I stole from some trendy store at the mall. It wasn't supposed to be for him, but I was dumb and stole the wrong size. Good thing I had a friend that was a Viking in training. The shirt didn't last long because it was just a cheap knockoff, plus he never took it off as far as I can remember. We didn't have cell phones yet, or any real way to know who was going to be hanging out after school that day or any random weekend, but it was always a fun time when we would end up in the same room or party or car. That's how it was. You just kind of floated in and out of cars, to houses, to party, to bedroom, to backyard, to park, and so on. There's a whole lifetime to tell about. Time went on, we got older, and then out of the blue one Saturday at noon, I got the call. We had cell phones now. They had been invented. My phone rang. I recognized the number because we were way better about keeping up with each other, and we were always in touch. Anyway, I answered the phone, and I heard a strange sound. It was him yelling in the phone. It scared me a little at first, but then I heard over the noon bell, as people call the tornado sirens here in Oklahoma, "Tornado!" If you're unaware, Oklahoma City and surrounding towns blast the tornado sirens as a test every Saturday at noon, religiously. The phone call. Just about the time I realized what he was yelling in my ear, he hung up. Of course, I called him right back. He answered, and he could barely speak from laughing so hard. He was clearly thrilled with his execution of whatever the hell these antics were. It was so funny to him that it was hilarious to me. I couldn't stop laughing right alongside him. Through all the laughing, I managed to squeak out a simple, "Is that all you called for?" And when he replied, "Yep," I could barely stand up from laughter. We hung up and went about our days, doing whatever it was we did back then. I can't remember now. It must not have been that important. After that, every Saturday right before noon, I would get blindsided by a phone call about a tornado loudly in my ear. It was fun, and it was a weekly event. Sometimes I would jump the gun and call him first just to do the yelling. Since he's been gone, and since they would listen, I've tried to explain my friend to my children. They would have been the best of buds, no doubt about it. A true explanation is an impossible thing, and I would need a few more lifetimes to explain it all. Hopefully, this can paint a better picture for them, and for the rest of you that don't get it. Well, I guess you had to be there.